Welcome to Prep for 1.9. As we look through these questions, number 1 says express it in multiple ways. Notice that there's check boxes instead of bubbles, so that means there could be more than one answer. And here I see 5 is in the millions place, and then the 2 is in the hundred thousands place, right? So then I know the first one could be 5,200,000, but also that first comma could be a decimal, and I can say 5.2 million. So we want to be comfortable expressing numbers in either of those ways. When we're estimating without a calculator, then we want to do some rounding. So instead of 10.1%, I'll just do 10. And that means I'm taking away 1 0, so it'll be 780. All right, so instead of 0.99, I might round up to 1%. And then 1% would be moving it twice, so maybe 835. All right, now these are estimating, so your way of rounding might give you a different number. It just doesn't want you to use the exact one because then it knows you use the calculator. So we want to know some terms, right? We're always learning new terms, just like we're always learning new words, languages. So variable is a symbol that usually letters that let us show that things can be used in general. All right, we saw this with the commutative property, and we're going to see it with order of operations. So order of operations is an important concept to familiarize yourself with if you haven't already. Now you may have heard PEMDAS, but I strongly encourage you to revisit it because sometimes it gets mixed up in our brain as we're trying to remember it. Parentheses first, exponents, multiplication, division left to right, and then addition, subtraction left to right. So it's really, this is how I think of it, right? Multiplication, division are equal, and then addition and subtraction are equal. You go left to right, just how we read. So there's some videos that will help you review the concept. And then we have a distributive property. So distributive property is when we're taking something outside of the parentheses. So here I have 4, and I'm going to multiply it to both things on the inside. Or in the case of variables, have an A, multiply it to both things on the inside. Right, that's distributing, right? You're distributing out the paper, you're distributing out the number. So then it's going to ask you to use all of those properties to answer some questions. So what is 50% of 260? Right, percent, even though it's hidden, that's still a percent symbol, so we'd still move the decimal, and then we would take 0.5 of 260. So I'm going to do number 4, the order of operations, and sometimes it says evaluate, sometimes it says simplify. All right, so we want to be able to interpret what the directions mean. And order of operations, PEMDAS, parentheses first, so that's going to be 4. And then this means multiply. When you have the number next to a parentheses, I'm going to multiply those. And then finally at the end, add. So you have to go in the order of PEMDAS or you might get a different answer and then it's not going to agree. So for number 6, exponents first. And now I do 4 minus 36, or if I need to, I'm going to rewrite it. And 36 is bigger, it's negative, so negative 32. The different signs, that's how I know to subtract. So if we're looking at distributive property, that means I'm taking that 2, multiplying it to both sides. All right, so 2 times 4, and I'm adding that to 2 times 9. And then this week we're looking at spreadsheets. So in our homework, we're also going to see some spreadsheets. And we always have the letter first, right? So you look at the A, the column, and then the row. So A2 is our income, and then B2 would be where the number is. And we have some expressions, and it's just asking you to identify what's where, making sure you know where things are. Your Excel homework that's separate will be a little bit more in depth.